So we have the system running with some distilled water just so that we can check for leaks. And so far, so good. We had a bit of a problem down here. When you get these hard lines put in with the video card installed, you know, this tube didn't go in straight, so it kind of screwed up the O-ring. But that was an easy fix. Just basically reseat the hose or the tube. A couple of things that we noted already is that this tube right here, which is the first one that we did actually, needed to be maybe 1/4 of an inch taller, because once it's in the block it comes down at an angle. But right now it's not leaking, which is I guess a good thing, considering that we have also 3 sets of O-rings in each one of these fittings, so it's making a good seal. And then at the top we also have, when Darren installed his flow meter, I think he cut a little bit too much off of one of these tubes because this is coming out at an angle. So it's not exactly square, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It kind of looks good. You know, we have a nice grid going on. We have the 2 tubes, the return going back into the res, and then from the CPU block, those are in line. We have our little S-curve here going into the water block. That looks, or then to the video card block. That looks good. And then once we get our leak test done and get some of this residue cleaned out of the reservoir, we can drain it using our drain at the bottom and then fill it up with the orange pastel coolant from Thermaltake, and then we'll be done. Hey, welcome back. The scenery's changed. I've moved the B51 into the office so that I can finish this up. While we were recording the podcast last time, we had water running through the system. We were doing a leak test and it passed flying colors. You know, we had one leak down here due to a bad O-ring, but once you pull the collar off and reseat the O-ring, put it back on, it sealed up. I really like these Thermaltake fittings for that particular reason. Alright, so for coolant we're going to be using the C1000 Orange from Thermaltake. It's their new opaque coolant. I'll be using my handy Pepsi cup to help me, a funnel, and I've run a flex tube into the fill port on the res. Basically you can just do this, pour the fluid in. That'll be off camera, so I'll see if I can adjust that a little bit. There we go. Oops. Gotta be careful here because it likes to squish. If we actually had a fill tube, this would be a lot easier. But I didn't seem to get one with my coolant. It's okay, this won't take very long. The coolant appears to have some detergent in it because it's bubbling, as you can see there. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, so here we go. Oops. I'll hold this up. Yeah, a little bit more. A little messy, but that's why we have paper towels. Let's put that tube over there for now. Here's the coolant stains a little bit, so be careful of that. doesn't appear to be staining my desktop surface here, so. Let that go a little bit. And we gotta put some more liquid in. All right. You don't want to let the pump run dry, so kind of pump it through and let it run. And in this case, since the radiator is located in the top, we have a bit of drainage from the radiator that fills the res back up. But so obviously when I become a pro water cooler, I will have the proper tools, but you know what? This seems to work pretty well, so if not just a smidge messy. What we'll do is we'll run this for a little bit and then we'll just fill it up to the very top.